T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women share to be bold and take risks. Vault Talks. Women say what they feel and mean what
a moment there.
say.
I think it was a really long
Believing
week
your
this week.
power, so much power. Yeah. Vault Talks, where women share.
Vault Talks where women share to be born and take risks. That's what happens when you watch Respect twice in a week, okay? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Vault Talks Women Share is in the building on the platform. Listen, if y'all haven't watched Respect, it is so good. It's on Amazon Prime. It's the story of Aretha Franklin. It is so good.
It's really dope.
Yeah, it blew me away. So, anyways, I was feeling the music and then I thought about, all that. But anyways, we're here, we're live. We had some technical difficulties, but nothing was going to stop us from tonight's show. So, what's up, everybody? Vault Talks Women Share is in the building. If you guys are new to Vault Talks, welcome. If you're back, well, then you're back. And we are happy that you are, okay? So, Vault Talks Women Share is indeed a platform where women can come together to learn more about matters that pertain to their world. It's on this planet, on this platform here, where women can talk about all things entrepreneurship, sisterhood, all things entrepreneurship, but of course, ways to be empowered. So that's the cool thing about this platform. So, listen. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention. This is all because of Jennifer Sanchez. I will keep saying that until the end of June 30th comes, because this is her fault. Pearls of Wisdom. The first Thursday of this month, she dropped some jewels. She dropped some pearls talking about rock your body. Now, she didn't call it that, but that's what I got out of it. Talking about the momentum of health. So the Rock Your Body Challenge starts June 1st. The group has been created. So what we're going to do is plaster it on our IG page. If you are not following us on IG, shame on you. But here's how you can follow us on IG. All of the instructions will be on IG. Again, all of the instructions will be on IG. One more time. All of the instructions will be on IG. So you'll be able to see some things on our pages, but everything that you need to access the group is going to be where? On IG. Yes! Anyways, I have a lot of energy today. But yes. Super excited. I talked to Natasha. Natasha, again, if you have not been watching our show this month, we have been very intentional about giving you all the nuggets, all the goods that you need, ladies, in order to rock your body. So Natasha Buffalo and Natasha Andrews, aka the Weight Snatcher, they will be your trainers for the month of June. Yes, your trainers. We're going to be moving to eat 5 days a week. Yes. So you want to get into this group. You don't know what we're going to be talking about. The ladies of Vault Talks will be talking about their personal journeys, but these women are going to be getting us intact in the month of June. So you want to be a part of this movement. And where is everything going to be?
IG.
Yes. Everything's going to be on IG. So I talked to them today, and they are pumped. When I say pumped, they are so excited to be able to share their level of expertise with us, which is so exciting. So the Rock Your Body movement is going to be in full effect, baby, June 1st. So go ahead and eat all that barbecue you want to eat over the weekend, them hot links, hog mog, whatever you want to eat. Go ahead and love it, eat it. But don't freeze it, because you ain't going to be able to eat it after you.
So silly.
Don't freeze it.
Don't freeze it.
Don't freeze it. You ain't gonna want to have none of it by the time we get done with you. Okay. Right, that part. So, ladies, can you guys introduce yourselves? We're gonna do it a little different. We have not done Quiet It's Quote Time in a minute. So for those of you who've been rocking and rolling with Vault Talk since we were a radio show back in 2018, that sounds so old because we in the 20s. But back in 2018 when we started this thing, Quiet It's Quote Time has been one of those things that's been around that long. And I noticed we haven't done it in season 4. So here we go. Before we do that though, this is what we're talking about tonight. The 4 P's: power, passion, position, purpose. Power, possession, purpose. Power, passion, position, purpose. That right there, okay? So keep that in mind when we talk about Quiet It's Quote Time. Y'all ready? It's a good one. So the ladies will be sharing a little bit about who they are, so pay attention as they answer this quote. When you dance, your purpose is not to get to a certain place on the floor. It's to enjoy each step along the way.
Come on now. Oh my goodness.
When you dance, your purpose is not to get to a certain place on the floor. It's to enjoy each step along the way. All right, who's first?
I'll go.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm Michaela, the growth
We all
spurt.
first.
Come on, growth spurt.
Go ahead, Michaela.
I do like that quote. And for me, it's just reminding me to stay in the moment. Right now, right here. And enjoy everything that life is giving us. And to take it a step further, don't judge it. You know what I mean? So often we come to these situations in life or different experiences, and we have this label that we put on it or a negative connotation. And once we do that, we limit ourselves to the possibilities of what you can have on the other side. So I'm just going through that right now. So I understand. But yes, to be aware, to be mindful, be aware, stay in the moment. That's what I took, and enjoy it. The good, bad, and the ugly, because there's a lesson in all of it.
Woo! That growth spurt, y'all. She be hitting y'all with that fire. Listen. All right, for those of you who may just be joining us, hello, it's Quiet It's Quote Time. So you are being introduced to the wonderful queens of Vault Talks. Let's go to Jamaica. Jamaica in his house. Let's go.
When are you gonna stop saying it like that?
Never.
Jamaica.
Never. It's gonna be worse when I come there. And then
Yeah, 'cause then you'll have the accent,
I'm
won't
going
you?
to have the accent. Yes.
Hey everybody, I'm Sharika Swaby from Kingston, Jamaica, as I'm sure you would have heard Takara said several times. But I am the Mind Reset Strategist. I am a podcast host and the author of this amazing book. And I do a ton of other things. I'm also the mother of 2 beautiful, amazing kids. And I must say that Wayne Dyer is one of my favorite persons in the world. I love the fact that he aims to get us to disidentify with everything else that is around us and just focus on who we are at the root of our being. When you dance, your purpose is not to get to a certain place on the floor. It's to enjoy each step along the way. This just yesterday and today too, I was thinking to myself that I need to celebrate more because I'm making steps, right? I am making strides. Things are happening. Other people can't see it, but I can feel it and I know it and I'm being it. And I think what he's basically saying is enjoy the little things, have fun in with the small stuff, because those really are the moments that propel you going forward. And the thing about enjoying the moments, these moments, the tiny steps, the tiny progress, maybe it's the connection with somebody, maybe it's meeting someone that you've always wanted to meet. For me, is having one of the things that I enjoy is having amazing people to talk to on my show. And I'm not someone who usually celebrates anything, and I am slowly coming into the practice of, if it's even to throw my hands up in the air and say woo, I'm slowly coming into that, because I'm learning to appreciate and love and just celebrate the things that are happening in the moment right now.
That's awesome. So for those of you, you said a whole lot, so I'm not even going to try to unpack any of that. I'm good. I'm sure we all good. We understood the assignment that you just dropped on us. Okay. All right. So for those of you who may just be joining us, welcome. It's quiet. It's quote time. And so one of the things that we do here on Vault Talks, we take a quote, we dialogue around it, just giving our interpretation of it. Never know what nuggets we're going to drop. That's why it's called Vault Talks. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, when you dance, your purple. Okay. Your purpose is not to get to a certain place on the floor. It's to enjoy each step along the way. That's super powerful. We're going to hear what Rika has to say. She changed her title on us. I know her as the plug, whether it's credit, crypto, now networking. Okay. The plug. What you got for us?
Hey y'all, how y'all doing tonight? Hello to everyone watching. Yes, I changed my name on here to Networker because that's what I do. I network with people and I love to connect. So I might be the connector. I love to connect people. So when I see this, and I'm just over here eating up everything Shrika was saying, because I'm like, let me get a pen out, right? She really unpacked that statement, and it's true. When I look at this, I think about me just on the dance floor in the moment. I'm moving, I'm gliding, you're enjoying the music. You're just enjoying every moment. You're taking it in. And when it comes to your life, a lot of times we don't really do that. We don't really take the time to say, okay, I'm right here, right now. Let me just breathe. And I say breathe because that's something I'm learning as I go. In one of the classes I'm taking now, they're teaching us how to literally really breathe, and be aware of what's going on at that moment. Be aware of what's going on in your life, of all the thoughts that come into your mind, right? Sometimes we're going, well, why am I thinking that? Well, why do I feel like this? Why am I sad? Why am I smiling? Why, am I really aware of the moment? Am I aware of where I am in life? And so when you're on that dance floor, you're just enjoying the moment. You're not looking at the floor going, okay, should I go over there? Should I? You're not doing any of that. You're literally going with the flow and letting the music guide you, right? So for me, the music is God. Like, let God guide you, right? Talk to him, pray, be in that moment. Okay. I've been more intentional in just being in the moment with him, like taking that first moment of my day to just get with him and then move with him, right? On that floor all day. You just dancing, you flowing, and wherever he takes you throughout the day, you just enjoying it. So yeah, that's my take on that. I love that quote. We got to enjoy life more.
And I love everything that everyone's saying, and it's echoing, and we're repeating things, but in a different way from, our stance. And what I love about this quote, when I found it, it spoke to me as we're talking about power, position, passion, and purpose. And a lot of times we rush through the processes of life to where we get to the purpose and we've missed some of the steps along the way. And what I mean by that is that you can get to the mission and the assignment, but you haven't enjoyed the passion of the assignment because you didn't allow yourself to do that. So, sometimes me personally, people were like, what? I like walking in the rain sometimes. Just being refreshed, letting the rain hit you, not being in a rush to get to a destination. Like sometimes when it's pouring rain and everybody's breaking out their umbrellas and everybody's taking off and doing all that. And I'm the one sometimes it's just walking. I'm going to get to the car. You know what I'm saying? I'm already in my mind, no, I'm going to be wet. What am I doing all that for? So it's the things of just slowing down life sometimes and just really embracing the different positions and places that we're at and realizing the energy that's around us while we're in that moment. And I think sometimes we forget about all of that. We get so focused on who's watching, who's with me, who's not with me, why am I here, asking ourselves the wrong questions while we're in the moment instead of embracing what it is. I'm learning at this beautiful age of 40 that I don't want no repeats. I don't want them. I don't want to be retested in areas anymore. So if that means I have to slow down some things to get other things, that's positioning yourself to be empowered with what you have that needs to be activated. There's no way you can be activated if you're moving so quickly. You're missing steps. Like today, I was at my mom's house and I was putting my chair together for my office at her house. And I'm so glad that I had the instructions on how to put it together because it came with all these pieces. And I'm like, I could try to figure it out, but I had a guide to help me put the chair together. We just want to get to the chair being assembled and us sitting in it. We don't want to have to figure out, does this piece go here? Should we turn it like this? Is it positioned like that? We just want the chair, right? When you order the chair on Amazon, you're seeing the finished product. When it comes to you, it's in a box and you got to put the pieces together. Unless you pay for the assembly. I don't pay for the assembly. I'm cheap. All right. I like to save money when I can, So I'm like, we ain't doing that. I know how to put a chair together. I just have to slow down, pay attention to the instructions that were given to me, and I will get the chair put together. We don't want that middle. We see what we see, and then we want the end. But it's when we work the middle is when we're made. When we work the middle, you won't have to be retested. If you work the middle, you're going to get those lessons and those nutrients. So you ain't going to have to see the retest. I don't know about y'all, but I don't like the retest because it seems like it comes with more pain, more misunderstandings. I feel like I'm wasting time. Like, I just don't like it. That's just me. I'd be like, okay, this doesn't work for me. So I'm learning, and God is teaching me personally to change my mindset around how I view certain things and to slow down and embrace. So maybe that's when I saw this whole power, passion, position, purpose. It really spoke to me because I don't know about anybody else, but there's a season of transition going on for a lot of people right now. And in order to shift, a couple things have to be there. You have to know how to shift. And you have to know when to shift. You have to know what to shift. Anyways. All right, we're going to take a commercial break. Kayla, you unmuted. You had something to say before I take this commercial break.
I just wanted to say when you was talking about putting the chair together.
Yes.
But when you put it together and you look at it, there's so much pride in that. It'd be feeling good. You'd be like, oh, look what I did. I put this together all by myself. Woo! Like,
yes.
You got to celebrate those things. I know I do that. So
look, my dad was sitting there and he was trying to figure out what I was putting together. And that's the other thing. You got spectators trying to figure out what you're working on. And he was like, what you doing? And I was like, putting this together. And he was like, well, what is it? And I'm like, it's a chair. And so by the time I got done, he was able to see the finished product and I literally rolled it in front of him. This
Right.
was one. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is what
Now you know what it is.
now you know what it is. So for a lot of us, it's time to roll on out with this stuff that we've been. Anyways, we're going to a commercial break. Thanks, Kayla. We're going to a quick commercial break, real quick, and we'll be right back. Ooh, that was good. All right, so we're back. Kayla got us all hyped before the commercial break. All right, so we're talking about the 4 P's: power, passion, position, and purpose tonight. So we're gonna bring it in a little bit like this. She's gonna kill me, but I know she's ready. Sharika, when you think of power, what comes to your mind? And she cracking up, y'all. She gonna get me in the back chat.
Well, why did I know you were gonna say Sharika? Power, right? That's a word that I use so often. And when I say power, I'm not talking about power in terms of the power that we get from having positions or having money or having authority. I'm talking about our God given birthright power to do what we want to do, to manipulate our reality, to change our reality, to create anything we can fathom, really. Because it's funny, today on my show, I was telling my guest that my perception is if you can fathom a thing, if you can imagine it, if you can dream it, then that's only because it's possible. There is no other reason. And a lot of times we get these visions, and I don't know where we get the idea from that that's not possible. That's gonna be difficult. This is, and just like that, we throw our dreams away because we lack the ability to believe in our own power. Sometimes we get these visions and they seem so massive. And I tell you this, the more steps you take towards that vision, in most instances it becomes even more massive. But we get this thing just so that we can exercise our power. And our power is to take those tiny steps. Start with step 1. And then step 1. And then when you take that first step, then the force that is your source, that is your God, is going to come right beside you and stand with you and walk with you and empower you even more than you were empowered before. We have this amazing ability as human beings, and some of us think we're exceptional, we're exceptions to this rule, but none of us are, right? We have this amazing ability to transform and create really anything that we desire. And a lot of times it's not even about action. It's not even about action. It's more about alignment. It's more about getting zoned in. It's more about filtering out all the other things so that we can really zone in. And when you zone in, I swear it's not about action because that's when less becomes more. And you really start to understand that there is this source that you come from, and it's a powerful source, and it is right there behind you. And once you start taking those steps, it just pushes you forward. And we
Sharika.
all have this power.
Sharika.
Hey,
See,
Taka.
hi,
Right.
Sharika. See, that's what I'm saying. So I know why I heard very clearly that you had the answer. I'm talking about, I just knew you were going to come to me. Yeah, whatever, yo. Power, the ability or official capacity to exercise control and authority. That's the working definition of power. Man, if you guys missed any of that, you're going to have to catch the replay. Go to the YouTube channel, catch the replay, because that was hot. You said a whole lot, but I'm not going to dig into that. Kayla, what you got?
You're muted.
Ooh. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I took from that just a little story about myself real quick. I was at a job that I hated for 21 years. 21. And in the middle of a pandemic, without having a backup, meaning I didn't have another job waiting over here on the side, right? I put in my notice because I finally realized that they did not value me. So with me working on my inner self, I came to that realization, and now my environment is no longer in alignment with who I am. So I had to go. And when I left, the doors opened. And when I mean the doors open, I mean I have turned down positions. And before, when I was looking, because like I said, I hated my job. So I was looking for other jobs, while I was still there, but I wasn't even getting called back for interviews, and I could not understand why. So it was not until I had to let go. I had to let go, and I had to just stay in my power, because I knew that this was not for me. And I knew that God has something else better for me. And everything aligned. And with that alignment, look, I'm moving to Charlotte, y'all. But no, I'm just saying, with that alignment, I got a better job, making more money in a better city, somewhere where I've always wanted to move, giving me a chance to get out of here. So, sometimes we don't know what God has for us until we go through that scary point, because it was scary as heck. Like, I'm reading, and I don't like to read, I don't watch the news, but I do read articles and I look at blogs and stuff. And I was hearing how, some people couldn't find a job, and they've been, jobless for this long, and these jobs weren't hiring. I was just hearing all these kind of things. And, that little voice did say, but what if? And I was like, Nope, I ain't even listening to you. Nope, shut up, sit down. And I just stood in my power, and well, that's it. Here I am.
Listen, you said a whole lot. I'm a listen. First of all, y'all say hi to everybody on Facebook. They are chiming in. They're loving this. Angel Price said, "Power, the strength from God from inside of you," and that sparked something with me. God has had me on this I am kick lately too. when you say I am, you're really speaking to him who is the I am. And so he talks back to you when you say I am, and he gives you who you are. And so that said exchange, it also gives you the strength that positions you to realize the power that you have within yourself when you're declaring who you are. A lot of times people don't declare who they are because they don't know who they are in him. They're scared to say I am. For a long time they said I am, and it was something negative, and then they attracted that negative, and then they couldn't retrace their steps to realize what they attracted. So God has had me on this I am kick. One of my girls right now is watching me. I have been on her about what she says, how she says it, what words you put into the atmosphere. Because if the Lord can form the world off of words, what world are we forming by the words that we release? That's power. There's an exchange. There's something that goes on within that. And so when you can literally declare, I am moving to Charlotte, God's like, okay, she got it now. This is where I need her to be. I'm taking this move off of the faith that I know that God has put in me. And for those of you who don't believe in God, I'm sorry. Maybe you believe in a higher power. We right here on this platform, these queens, we believe in God. So I can have this exchange. Not trying to offend anybody. But when we talk about the I am, we have to understand who we are. And a lot of times we don't understand who we are for a lot of reasons. One of them I talk about all the time. It's because we're not willing to dig past those wounds that hurt, that pain, to understand what underneath the surface is there for waiting on us to pick up, dust off, and claim as ours. That's how you get power. You claim it. You own it. And that's where the position and the power and the stance comes in, when you can affirm who you are, not just on a personal level, but when you say I am, and he speaks to you that you are, that's where you gain that power, and you really own a stance. And so when you said what you said, Michaela, you're like, I'm walking out on faith because you know that I am that you serve. So you knew that something was going to happen because I was obedient. And a lot of times we stay in places and spaces because it's comfortable. We stay in places and spaces because at least if I go to the right and I go down this way for 34.5 days, I know day 35 is going to look like this, and I can do this because I did this before. I got tough skin. Nah, man, time out for all of that. Because your tough skin is not getting you to the places and spaces of where people need you. You're not operating in purpose. You're losing your power, and your position is gone because somebody else can claim it. Go ahead,
Rika. Man, y'all said a whole lot. Woo. And look, the dogs agreeing with me. They like, hur, hur, hur. Yes, they agree with us, y'all. Man. And like you said, in the Bible, God says, I am, right? When he was asked who he was, he wasn't like, my name is Jesus. Like, you know what I'm saying? He said, I am, period. I am was whatever you put after that, you know, he is, period. So whatever you say he is, that's what it is. So when you're talking about yourself, that I am statement is powerful. Then it goes back to power, you know, like, do you know who you are? Do you know the power that you really exude? You know, do you know who made you, right? Why are you here? That P word, right? That purpose. It just goes back to that power, the passion, your purpose. When you know whose you are and why you're here, man, it just changes everything. So power, you know, for me, it's the ability to do, but you're not going to know what to do unless you know who put you here, you know, why he put you here, what is your purpose here, and you got to get with the creator for that. So that's how I see power. You know, you can't give your power away. I have conversations with my son. You know, when you're in his age, when you go to school, the people around you, you get influence, right? That's a part of power, that influence that people have on you or that you have on others. And sometimes he can let that get to him. And when I tell him, look, don't give your power away, right? Don't give your power to anybody. I don't care if they're talking about you or saying something negative or being negative around you. Keep that power, right? You be that power source. You be whatever it is that you're giving away. Be that positive person. So yeah, we have power within us. We have God in us. So yeah. Purpose.
The reason for which something exists or is done, made. When I think of purpose, I know you're going to laugh at me, Takara, but I think of vision. So your purpose is doing something. What is that something? What do you see in that something? So that's a big one. And when you look at your vision of where, I don't even want to say where you want to go, because it's not really a place. I believe it's a being, it's a feeling. So you're always working towards it. That's all I got to say. I got cold, y'all. Y'all get cold?
Ooh, no, you know what? Listen, when you were talking, and he might be watching, I know he was looking at it earlier, the one and only Timothy Moore, aka the Clarity Doctor, aka the Vision Implementation and Development Strategist. You guys, he got a journal coming out here soon. He's been talking about it on his page, and he's really geeked about it. It's dropping Father's Day weekend, and it's super dope. But he talks about vision, and when you said vision and you talked about a state of being, Sharika almost fell out of her chair. I saw her lean back in the whole hand movements. I think she was ushering in, some help so someone can lay her out and cover the sheet on her. She wanted to lay out in the presence of the Lord real quick. She caught the Holy Ghost off of that, Kayla. But one of the things about purpose, for me, I talk about this all the time. You definitely have to own it. There's ownership that comes with purpose, and a lot of times we don't want to do that because, like you said, the vision seems so big, so wide, so huge. But when we can start to own it and understand that God gives it to us, like in puzzle pieces, it's not as bad as it looks. And we understand how we fit in the mold of this thing called purpose for our lives, and how we can attract the right people to help us on this journey, to help us birth this thing that's within us called purpose. And so a lot of people, how do you figure out your purpose? I tell people all the time, it's resting within you. It's waiting to be activated. It's waiting to be activated. That's why I talk about the vault being that place where the nuggets are, the fire is. It's waiting to be activated. We have the combinations to our vaults, but some of us are scared to actually do the digging through the pain, the turmoil, the trauma, the broken relationships, the abandonment issues, the rejection, to get to the heart of why we were created, and not even understanding that some of that stuff is a part of the purpose. That's why we had to go through it. Because if we didn't go through it, we still wouldn't be here to live it out. Would it be gone and dead in our grave if there wasn't something else for us to do with everything that we've gone through? So Angel, she hitting it tonight. She said, purpose, using the power that God gifted you with to make a difference. Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing with purpose is that you have to want it too. You can see it and discard it because, oh, that's too much work. That's too big. I can't do that. So some people rather stay in their cycles, like I was saying, 34.5 days. At least I know when day 35 comes, I'm going to see a glimpse for, a couple of days. And then day 37 hit, and here comes the storm. But I know how to weather it because I'm used to these patterns of dysfunction. You got some people who think like that. And that's okay. We just pray for them that they get to the place in the spaces where they want to operate in purpose. All right, Sharika, you didn't have time to lay out on the floor and get covered up and all that, because you so rocked back when she said, I was like, Lord Jesus, thank God she in the chair.
No, it was when she said it's being. right? That's the part when she said it's being, because it's really everything is being, right? Everything is being. Everything is really just understanding that we already are our purpose, right? So there's no, we're not getting anywhere. Really, essentially, we're not getting anywhere. We're not going anywhere. We already are there. We just need to accept, know and accept that we are there and be what we are. So when she said being, I was like, boom. Because that I think that sums it up perfectly, because we really, all that we are, no matter what we aspire to be, no matter what we accomplish, the degrees and the bachelorettes and all of those things that we get or we gain over time, that's just us coming to the realization that we are that. So if I'm here right now at the beginning of a 4-year program that I'm going to do at college, I'm already that, right? So it's just a matter of being that, right? And then by the time you realize it physically, then you'd have thought that you got there, but you were already there. You were literally born there. It's just a matter of being what you already are. So purpose, your purpose is to be who you are, and that's why when we find the thing that we're supposed to do, it connects so very well, because we already are that thing, right? We already are that thing. So it connects so well and we feel it to our core. No matter what anyone says, they can't derail us because we already are. So it's just a matter of being. So when she said that, I was like, you got it.
I love it. And as you talk, girl, I'm getting chills over here. I'm like, oh, woo, woo. No. Be like those church ladies when they get up and they be feeling it.
And as your hair was shaking, I'm done. I'm done. Look, we're gonna slide on over into position real quick. And position is the right or appropriate place. The right or appropriate place. Let's go to Jamaica. What you got for us?
Oh man, positioning. So I feel this must be the perfect topic for you to choose for me, because I feel like for the past year and a half, unknowingly, I have been positioning, right? And then, and when I look back at it, as I said, it was unknowingly. I wasn't, when I say this, people think probably think I'm crazy, but I really don't do much, right? So I sit there and I have lost my rigidity. So I have my morning routine and I have my nighttime routine. And there was a point in time when if I missed something, or if it wasn't in the order that I had it set up, it would be a big issue, right? Until I get to a place where I'm like, it doesn't matter. None of it matters. It's there to help us, to guide us, but none of it matters. So why do I say that? Because essentially, I said some of this when I spoke just now. Essentially, what we really, really just need to do is just understand who we are. That's really it. There is nothing else. And because most of the time, what prevents us from moving forward is fear, right? Fear. In your, there, you're supposed to reach out to this person, and you're thinking, oh man, this person is a person in such and such a position. Are they gonna respond? Are they gonna say yes? Are they gonna do this? They're gonna, and because of that fear, you don't move forward, right? And if you can just remember who you are, right? Just remember who you are. You're not lacking anything. You're not less than nobody. You're not without anything. You, like, people, we literally are the source that created us. We are that powerful, right? So positioning yourself, putting yourself in the place that you are supposed to be in, is a matter of listening, right? Listen, listen, just listen. Do what you're told to do, follow the instructions. And sometimes it's the simplest of things, like make a phone call, right? Make a phone call, or reach out to someone, or say yes to something that you've been given to do. Say yes fearlessly, even if you're afraid. Say yes, because the positioning is, and I'm speaking from experience here. The position, I'm not positioning myself anywhere. Like, I'm literally just showing up and things. For example, how did I meet Takara? I went on Clubhouse, saw these group of people doing some stuff. I said, okay, this looks interesting. They're talking my language. Joined up. Takara came on board. We vibed, and now here we are, almost a year later or something like that. Right? I didn't plan any of this. All I did was, if I get the feeling to do something, or something is bugging me to do, I do it. And the rest of the positioning part happens by itself. And this is why I teach alignment, and this is why I love alignment, right? Because when you just get in alignment, heart, mind, body, and spirit on one accord, that's what the Bible talks about, on one accord. When you get on one accord, that positioning, it happens automatically. You just automatically find yourself right where you're supposed to be. So it, just know who you are, people. You are children of the Most High God. And if it's hard for you to fathom, do this. Look at your father. Your father's DNA runs through you. You'll have a lot of his traits, right? You'll have his complexion, but his DNA, you are 99.9% his DNA. God is your ultimate father. You are 99.9% his DNA. It's that simple, right? And the Bible tells you that you are God, because you are the very thing. There is no difference. It's just that there's a higher power, and then there's your higher power down here. You just have to own it. And the positioning comes automatically.
You said a whole lot.
Yeah, I know.
Said a whole lot. I'm gonna go to the audience here. We got Angel Price, who's saying, intentionally putting yourself in a particular place to make something happen specific to. I'm sorry. Let me read it again. Intentionally putting yourself in a particular place to make something specific to happen. You said something, Sharika, and I want to come aside you, and I think Michaela, then you can say something too, because she said something about action, taking leaps. That's positioning. There's something in us that we can't explain. It's telling us to go in a direction. It's leading us to a position, to a stance, to take action, to be able to be have that energy to collide into what's on the other side of us taking action. A lot of us don't understand what the positioning looks like, but if you take that leap of faith, you gonna meet the person, you're gonna make the phone call, you're gonna be moving across the country, and already got your car packed, you know. Because the position, there's a stance that awakens inside of you when you know who you are.
Own it.
I'm gonna say it again. There's a stance that awakens inside of you when you know who you are. And what happens is that God is indeed pleased. And then you ever get people saying, "Oh my God, you're glowing." No, that's the light of God illuminating from you, because you know who you are and you know your stance.
Hey, my neighbor thinks I'm pregnant because I'm always glowing.
That's hilarious.
No, like literally.
You do glow, girl. I see it.
Tell her to get out your business. Tell her to get out. Take her foot all the way outside her business and walk the other way.
Yeah, but it's
That's
true.
cute.
She thinks I'm pregnant because I'm always
You are. You are.
I
Good
am, but
ideas.
not what she thinks I'm pregnant with. That's the
Abundance
thing.
and purpose. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what it is. But
Mhm.
when we're awakened to ourselves, there's the stance, and we can't explain it. You cannot explain it to anybody. And Kayla, you know all about this, so come on and chime in. Listen, you take
Yeah.
a whole leap of faith that a lot of people would be scared to take. That's because you know your positioning. Come on and talk about it.
You know, last year I went to the spiritual retreat, and as I left, she gave us three simple directions. And the directions, I mean, I got it on a sticky note because that's how deep it was for me.
You didn't pack it? Okay, it's not in the
Can you
suitcase.
stop? But no, for real, like the three simple things she told us to do was to slow down,
Woo.
pay attention, and follow directions.
My God.
And I took that and I ran with that. And then to just a little bit further, you know, we all had to pick up these words, you know, and everybody, that's what they wore throughout the whole retreat with these, you know, these words we wore. We didn't go by our name. We went by the property that we chose. And when I was leaving, dropping off the car at the airport, Faith pulled up. The chick that was at the retreat too pulled up behind me, and she's like, "Oh, what are you?" And I was like, "I'm responsibility." And she was like, "Oh, damn." And I was like, "So what are you?" And she's like, "Faith." And I'm like, dang. So with that, you do have to slow down. You have to pay attention. You have to follow directions, and you have to have faith. And that's what I've been doing. So that's all I got to say.
I love the slowing down part. I really love that part. Takara, you're muted.
Repeat those, Kayla, can you, please?
Slow down, pay attention, and follow directions. And that wasn't me that said it. That was Miss Ayana Van Zant
Slow
that
down,
said
pay
that.
attention, and follow directions.
Yes, because that's my homegirl. She don't know it, but like she my sister, my cousin, my auntie, my grandma. No, she don't know. She my coach. She no, for real though. But she is dear to my heart. You know, once I took her class, it really changed me, my life, my reality. So yeah. But I've been following that. I have been following that, and I can't look back.
I just heard, I don't know, I can't, is it William McDowell? I won't sing it for y'all. Okay. But I won't look back. I can't look back to the way things used to be. Because now God has changed me. That's what I literally just heard when you just said that. Looking back, I tell people all the time, looking back is only good to remember how far you've come.
Right.
And my dad, who is incarcerated for life, you know, if y'all have anybody who's ever been in jail, you know, they say some of the most interesting things when they're incarcerated. You'd be like, is that incarceration talk, or is that really you, Lord? Show your face, Jesus. Is that you? And, you know, you try to figure this thing out because they say it. You're like, what? My dad would always say when I would throw his past in his face because I was just so angry and bitter and so mad at him for not being around. And he would say, "You do know that the windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror." And I'm like,
Yeah, you're meant to look forward.
I mean, I'm like, that's that incarceration talk again. Like, I would tune him all the way out. Like, dude, whatever, you tripping. You ain't got nothing else to do. You know, you inside, you know, confined walls 23 hours a day. You get 1 hour out. You know what I'm saying? That's that talk. But when I started listening to what he was saying, basically the possibilities when you move forward are so much bigger than when you go back. And I was like, that's what he's been saying to me all these goddamn years. The windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror. I'm like, dude, what the hell are you saying to me? I'm like,
Can I just say to Carl?
yes,
And this has something to do with what Michaela says.
yes.
Slow down part, right? And I've been doing a lot of that recently. Even today, my daughter was like, you have your show today? That's for my personal show that I do. And I'm like, yeah. So she's like, why are you not rushing? And I was like, don't you prefer me when I'm not rushing and making noise? Like, I'm literally slowed down because usually I go to pick her up before, because my show starts at 4. She's through with school at 2:15. I want to get them home, get them fed so that they're not bothering me. And usually I'm rushing like mad, right? But I have stopped doing that, and I find that I get here within an hour before my show starts. And if I rush, when I was rushing, it was so hectic and dramatic and frustrating, and it's not anymore. Anyways,
You know that rushing.
when you mentioned what your father said while he was incarcerated. Hello? Was I out? Okay, good. When you mentioned what your father said and what Michaela said about slowing down and your father being incarcerated, it's the slowing down. That slowing down is wisdom. Because when you're going slow, you can hear, you can listen, and you pay attention more. That's why those men who go to prison and develop remorse, it's just the ones that develop remorse, because if they don't think what they did was wrong, it's not going to happen, right? But when they go and they forgive themselves and all of that stuff, they go through the healing process and they have all this quiet time, they start listening. So it's that slowing down that brings that wisdom. So y'all don't rush anywhere.
Thank you so much for helping me with the incarceration talk, because I was surely wondering, like, dude, what? Like, I never heard it from anybody on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I'm polished, you know, and professor or, you know, anybody else say that? I'm like, Dad, what? Who? You can't smoke crack in jail for real. Like, where are you getting this stuff from? Like, what's going on? But you're right. That slowed down, you know, because what I realized about my dad, he's super smart. He's super smart. He just did some dumb stuff. But anyways, you know, who doesn't, right? But yeah, so that whole windshield thing. So understand the power of moving forward, and it helps us not to get stuck in the past. So this has been good, y'all. Let's go around real quick and wrap this thing up. For those of you who may be just jumping in, catch the replay. It's been full of saucy nuggets. We've been talking about the 4 P's: power, position, passion, and purpose. We hit all 4. We jumped around and hit all 4, which made it even more interesting. I'm just saying. But we definitely got it all done. Rika, are you here?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you recap in 60 seconds or less your thoughts, takeaways?
Yes, I can. I hope y'all can hear me. I kept falling out. But this was definitely powerful. One of those P's, right? So when you're positioned in power, you know, and find your purpose, that brings about your passion. That's how I see it. And I think, as I think it was Michaela that said it earlier, you just have to be, right? We're human beings. We're not human doings. We just be. God created us to be. And so when you just be and just be in your purpose, walk in that purpose, and you don't have to figure out, well, what is my purpose? Why am I here? What, and you keep, that becomes your purpose, to figure it out. And then your wheels keep spinning and you end up not going anywhere, So when you just talk to him, become one with that source, with the power, right? He is our power, and he'll guide you. He'll guide you in that, and slow down a little bit. That was speaking to me, and I have definitely slowed down a lot this month, not by choice, but it was definitely necessary. And so, God is good. God is good. And he to be.
Amen. Amen. I'm gonna leave you last, Kayla, because you saucy tonight. So I'm gonna let you close us off. All right, yeah. Come on, Jamaica. What we got? Sharika, the mind reset strategist. Whoever gave you that title, they bad. They bad.
I wonder who that was. Oh my God. All right. Power, passion, position, purpose. We've said a lot of things here tonight, but I just want to say, your power, you already are powerful. You were born powerful. You are the same power that created you. There is no difference, right? Passion. This is from the Bible. It says, for where your treasure is, there your hearts will be also. There's a lot of talk all over the place. Social media, these guru people, they say, oh, don't follow your passion, because your passion. But the Bible says your treasure is where your heart is. So find out what fires you up, right? What makes you go? What makes you giggle? What makes you laugh? What literally lights the fire within you? That spark, light it. What lights that fire, right? And then the next P was position. And we've talked a lot about it here. Slow down, listen, and you'll be positioned. You will just be positioned. And your purpose every day is simply to know that you are. And know that when you use your purpose is to know that you are. That's your purpose. And to know that when you say, I am, you are accepting that you are a part of the all-knowing and the all-powerful Almighty God. And that's where I'm going to leave that.
Well, since Kayla gonna take us out, I'm gonna give you guys a couple of reminders. The Rock Your Body Challenge, yes. It starts June 1st. So make sure you are following us on IG, as that's going to be the number one and only place where you will be able to gain all the instructions. We have 2 dope trainers that are going to be helping you rock your body the whole month of June, 5 days a week. You got the Women of Vault Talks that are going to be dropping nuggets in there as well to keep you motivated on your journey. This has been super dope. I'm thankful that I followed the Spirit of God telling me to do this tonight. The number of people who've hopped on tonight and have commented, they needed what we had. So listen, if you are new to Vault Talks, this thing is rooted in God, period, point blank. And so we share from our heart experience what God has for us to share. So these 4 P's, power, position, passion, purpose. I'm going to challenge you guys to listen to Kayla's steps that she was given. She's going to close out with those and understand what I said earlier. If you missed it, go back and watch the replay when I was talking about the I am, because it's powerful, because we need to know who we are, and he will tell us who you are when you declare your I am. So Kayla, close us out.
All right. All this pressure. No, I'm just joking.
Is that the other P? Is that
But you know what? But we forget we need that pressure because we turn into diamonds. So, with that being said, I was given the directions to slow down, to pay attention, and to follow directions. And I like to throw in, and when you do that, have faith along the way. And I like to play on words. The word impossible says, I'm possible. Nothing is impossible unless you believe it is impossible. So the power is within us. We just have to go in there and grab it. So slow down, pay attention, follow directions, and have faith. And thank you for watching Vault Talks. And we out. We out. We out.
Women share to be bold and take risks. Vault Talks. Women say what they feel and mean what
A moment there.
I think it was a
Vault
really
Talks.
long
Believe in
week
your
this week.
power. So much power. Yeah. Vault Talks where women share.